Welcome back, everybody. This is part 2 of Infield training presented by the Academy. Just like I promised in part 1, I didn't get to show. The time was getting to that hour mark, and I didn't want to go over an hour on the video. So I'm gonna show the video of the cutoffs. So if we missed it, and even though I provided it, I'm gonna make sure that you watch it if you are watching this video. Cutoffs are super important. We'll get into that real quick right after I go over the outline. So today I'm gonna show that video, and then we're gonna go into double plays. Okay, I got a couple videos to show, and then I'm gonna give some demonstrations on some things that may be missed within those videos that I would definitely suggest that you guys do. I mean, it's good videos, but add a little bit of twist to it, okay? Something that's not presented in the videos that you can do. Double cuts, so that's why I'm going to be showing how to line up for the cuts, because if you don't know how to line up for your cut, just a regular cut, just getting it back into the infield to the base, you're not going to execute the double cut well, okay? Then I'm going to go into positioning on the steals, how to straddle the bag. And it doesn't matter if you're playing third base or if you're the shortstop, second baseman, you can do both. Both can do this. Okay, well, all three positions, but covering those bases. Okay. And then I'm giving first base a video to watch. I'm not going to cover it. So if you're a first baseman, you play first base, even if you're not a first baseman, view it anyway. I mean, it's about a 9-minute video. Albert Pujols is in there. He was a Gold Glove first baseman. I mean, he's definitely known for his hitting, but I mean, he was a pretty darn good fielder. He was talking about how to play first base. Okay. So when I go into the double play feeds, I'm going to show it from all the positions. Okay, how you should be creating your path, the underhands, the different ways to give feeds, okay, and how to, in different ways that the second baseman can straddle the base when they receive the feed, and shortstop, just the one thing that was missed in the video. I mean, it's a good video, but the one thing that I would teach my guys. Okay. So yeah, let's get into this. I don't really have anything else other than let's view everything, let's cover everything, get the learning in, and go practice. Okay. So let me just pull up the diagram real quick. I want to cover, before I show the cut video, double plays. Okay, so with double plays, this is very close to double play death. I mean, I would not suggest second base being this close, but I mean, you could be like back here. Okay, this would be about double play death for a shortstop, but what it's not showing is how to make those shifts. I don't have anything to draw on this. I wish I did. But to be able to move the pieces around, I'll show you a little bit better. But so I'll say righties up. You want to, because first off, a lot of pitchers at the younger levels. So if you have not learned, the different timings and how to adjust your timing per pitcher, if you got a slower thrower, I mean, he's going to be all pull. I mean, ideally, so say righties up. You want to play him for pull. Okay, a lot of people are just pull happy, right? Not a whole bunch of guys like or can adjust and take that pitch away. So the strategy to use, which I've used a lot, is take away the pull. If they're going to beat you away, they beat you away. Tip your hat. But or you can also adjust to that in the game as well. be able to take it away, still give yourself a chance. But so ready up, shortstop, you come over, a little bit more over, second base, a little bit closer to base. Okay, still staying in that double play depth to be able to react and get the double play done. Alright, and then if a lefty's up, second base, you come a little bit more over. Okay, and then shortstop a little bit more closer to base. Third base is virtually the same. So if a righty is up and he's pulled, you can play right about there. I mean, you want to be either right behind the base or right in the baseline. Okay, with double plays. And I mean, this just creates a better angle throw. I mean, you can play it back as long as you get a good angle, but I would not suggest going back until they get to 2 strikes. Okay, just in case they want to bunt. So this is one way to take away the bunt, is third base playing even or right by the bag. Okay, then 2 strikes, obviously they're not going to be bunting. At least that's a cardinal rule, right? So you play a little bit deeper and then you create that angle. You still got a good angle to give a good feed. Okay, so also depending on the hitter, read it, adjust to it. So if a righty's up, all his foul balls, and I mean maybe this is a third at bat, and you got a double play situation in front of you. He's gotten a base hit this way and a ground out to second base. So his tendency, from remembering, is that he likes to go opposite field. So you play them opposite. So like if a lefty was up in their pull, you play them that way. Okay, and then first base, same thing. Move a little bit over. Okay, take that away. Well, actually, you're going to be playing the base. My apologies on that. You're going to be playing the base. You come off, you're already in the baseline. Okay, when you leak off. And then same thing with a lefty. If his tendency is to go oppo, shortstop, you leak over a little bit. Second base, you come over. Okay, pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. Third base, same thing. Alright, so let's go into the video cutoffs. It's about an 8-minute video. I'm going to show it about halfway through. Okay, about halfway through. This video is pretty cool because he gives the explanation, he shows it, and then just like I showed you the diagram, but he has the diagram where it's like moving pieces, so they're showing exactly where to line up.
Hi, this is Max Lunkers with Baseball Rocks. Today we're going to be talking about cuts and relays on a base hit with no run, runner on first, and a runner on second. Let's get started. In this situation, there's a base hit to left field with nobody on. Left fielder is going to field the ball, throw it to the shortstop, who is the relay man, in turn throwing the ball to the second baseman, who has bag coverage. This is how we do it. This is how we would defend a base hit to left field with nobody on. Pitcher delivers
Okay, and one thing that I want to stop, I'm actually going to show this whole video. I'm getting into it. So when the shortstop's receiving the ball, he was cutting it still facing. As that ball's coming in, that's when you start turning your body and you catch it on the side. Okay, kind of like I showed in the starter pack. Okay, so you start opening up and you're squaring yourself to the base. Okay. Yep, that's it for right now.
In this situation, we have a base hit to left field with the runner on first. Ball's going to be hit to the left fielder. Turns going to throw the ball to the shortstop, who's aligned himself with third base. Throwing the ball to third base helps us keep the ball in front of the base runners and not let them move up. Notice, this situation, the pitcher rolls over and gets himself in a backup position behind third base in case of an overthrow. This is how we do it. Pitcher delivers the ball to the plate. Ball is hit to left field. Third baseman covers third base. The shortstop is our cutoff man between the left fielder and third base. The pitcher will now get himself over foul territory, anticipating an overthrow to third base. The second baseman comes over to cover second. First baseman will cover first base. Our right fielder will sag in and get himself in line with the left fielder and the second base, anticipating an overthrow. The center fielder will rotate over and back up the left fielder. Our left fielder will throw to our cutoff man, who is the shortstop, turn throwing the ball to third base. Base hit to left field. The shortstop gets over, make sure he's in a straight line with third base and left field. Hands tall, making sure the left fielder has a target. The shortstop is going to receive the ball as a cutoff man to make a good throw for the third baseman at third. Our pitcher makes sure he rotates over behind third base, anticipating an overthrow. This is how we defend a base hit to left field with the runner on first. In this situation, we have a base hit to center field with the runner on first. Center field is going to field the ball, throw it to the shortstop, who is the cutoff and relay man. He turns going to throw it to third base. Watching the pitcher here, he rotates over and backs up third base, looking for him. This is the way we do it. Base hit to center field with the runner on first base. Pitcher delivers the ball to the plate. The ball is hit up the middle to the center field. Our shortstop will go out of our cutoff man line between center field and third base. Pitcher will rotate over behind third base, anticipating an overthrow. Our second baseman will go over to cover second. Our first baseman will hold to cover first. Both outfielders will rotate behind the center fielder as a backup. Ball is thrown to the center fielder to the shortstop, who's our cutoff man, and will throw to third base. Let's slow it down. Base hit to center field. Center field comes in, fields the ball, going to the shortstop, who is our cutoff man. He's aligned to third base and the center fielder. Receives the ball, turns and makes a good throw to the third baseman at third base. This is how we defend a single up the middle to the center fielder with a runner on first. In this situation, we're going to have a base hit to right field with the runner on first base. The right fielder is going to field the ball, throw it to our shortstop, who's our cut and relay man, turning and throwing the ball to third base. Watching the pitcher here, he's going to rotate behind third base and anticipate an overthrow. This is the way we do it. Pitcher delivers the ball to the plate. The ball is hit out towards right field. Our third baseman will hold the third base. Our shortstop will get in line with the right fielder and third base. Our
The shortstop did a better job turning right there to be able to give that feed. Okay, so then oh, I did not mean to restart that. Let's go for cuts to 4. Okay, because he did to second and third. Okay, let's just pull up the diagram. Of course, I gotta move it back over. So, alright, so cuts to 4. Third base. If the ball is hit to left field, you are the cutoff man to going home. Okay, so this would be, guy on second base. Okay, obviously if he's on third base, we're not going to be cutting 4, if the ball is a low liner or a ground ball through the hole. If that ball is popped up, you're still going to line up that way. Okay, listen to your catcher on where to line up. And then, you can be roughly in this area, but it all depends on each outfielder's arm. So know their arm and where you can line up. So if it's not a very strong arm and you got a bit stronger of an arm and quick hands, come up. Okay, so right here on a cut to 4, third base, you're the cutoff man. Okay, typically you can line up down in here. Okay, if not, move up. Okay, shortstop, you leak over, cover third. Pitcher obviously is backing up catcher. Second base, you cover here, and then first base, you cover more first base. Okay, and like how he was saying with the outfielders are doing the same thing. Center fielder backing up, right fielder coming up. Okay. So now, ball hit the center. First baseman, you are the cutoff man. And sadly enough, I have seen teams that use their pitcher in this situation as their cutoff man. And that's not the pitcher. It is the first baseman. The pitcher needs to be backing up. Okay. So first base, you need to be center of the diamond. Again, know your outfielder's arm. You can line up right in the middle of the field if he's got a pretty good arm, pretty decent arm, or a really good arm. Okay. If he's got a really good arm and you line up even with the rubber, I would suggest being still in the grass because you don't want to be playing around with the mound. Okay, it might throw off your footwork and then throw off your throw. Okay, and again, you're going to be listening to the catcher on where to line up. Okay, in this situation, second base is hustling, covering first. Okay, just in case there's a cut, he rounds super hard. Second base is there to cover. He can cut and throw and backpick him right there. Okay, you could have a potential out. Shortstop. I have to think this through. Virtually, you are covering second, but I would say as the play is going on, just kind of stay right where you are, so you don't confuse the throw and block the first baseman from seeing the ball on the cut. Okay, third base, here, pitcher, behind. Okay, line yourself up directly behind. Okay, and remember, pitchers, when you back up, you're at the angle of the throw. Okay, so left field, you're over here. Center field, you're directly behind. And then right field, you're on the third base side at that angle. Same thing at third base. Okay. And then ball hit to right field. First base, same thing, you are the cutoff. Okay, right here. I would say be in the grass, but know the outfielder's arm. Sometimes you may have to leak up into the dirt. Maybe if he bobbles it and he has to run, go get it. Say he's on first. He ran it hard, he bobbled it, it started rolling away from him. Potentially going to come around and score. You go out there. Okay, and then one thing about your cuts, when you are the cut guy, your hands are up. Okay, your hands are up, gloves up, both hands are up signaling to the outfielder, I'm the cut man. Okay? So let's go back to infield. And so same thing here. Well, so ball hit here. He's lining up to be the cut man, the first baseman. Second base, you go cover first. Shortstop, you go cover second. And then third base, cover here. Okay? One thing before we keep going, especially into double plays, I want to approach communication. Everybody needs to be talking, okay? When the ball's hit right at you, it's tough to gauge the speed. Okay, when you're playing in a different position, it's easier to see the speed off the bat. So communicate that to the guy that it's hit to. Okay, go get it, go get it. You know, if it's a slow roller. If it's right at him, you don't really have to say anything if it's hit right on the screws, because it's going to be on him in a second anyway. Pop up, same thing. Hey, in, back. Okay, same thing with outfield. Okay, communicate. I mean, there was this one time, I mean, it was actually pretty funny. Everybody got a kick out of it. I was playing third base, and I threw the ball. And as it was coming out of my hand, like the second it got out of my hand, I yelled to the first baseman, scoop. Because I knew the second it came out of my hand, that ball was going down. Okay? And everybody just got an absolute kick out of it. Like, but, I mean, I communicated with the first baseman. So, I mean, make sure that you're always communicating no matter what. Okay? So, like, double plays, you're communicating. Okay, so if you're the second baseman, the ball's hit to the shortstop. When you're running to the base, you go 2-2-2, and then you let him know, like, okay, if he's close to the base, flip. Let him know to flip it. Okay. You don't really need to tell them to do the overhand throw on other ones. So we're gonna get into that. So. The first one, I'm just going to show the drill. This one I'm not going to go all the way through because it's pretty self-explanatory. This is if you were in the pros working shifts. So this is Jose Altuve, and this is Matt Antonelli. He has a lot of good videos out there, so you know, I'm just going to use them as a learning resource. And I've never actually seen this drill done, but it's pretty cool.
So we're going to look today at a drill with the Astros. This is the Astros doing this, working on double play feeds from both the shortstop position and the second base position. What they do is they line up 4 bags here, and the first bag you're going to be the second baseman, then you're going to be the shortstop, then you're going to be the second baseman, then you're going to be the shortstop. So I'll play it here real quick. So there's second base, here's shortstop. Here's second base, here's shortstop. So what they do is they just have a coach on this side, or a player feeding, and they just run their players through this. So this can work on a couple of different things. One, it creates some flexibility for the player, right? So they're able to learn both second base and shortstop. We always tell our players, you know, if you can play shortstop, you got to know how to play second base. If you can play second base, you should be able to learn how to play shortstop. You know, in a pinch, coach will put you in there, or manager if you're playing at a high level. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this is, you know, for major league teams, this is good for, you know, playing the shift. With more shift play in the major leagues, you've got to be able to basically be positionless. So you've got to be able to move around and play. You know, you might be on the shortstop side of the bag, one hitter, and then you're on the second base side of the bag, the next hitter. And so, you know, double plays can get a little bit tricky when you're shifting a lot. So you've got to be able to turn it from both sides. So let's talk about the footwork and stuff. We've talked about this in the past, but just a couple of key things. If you're going to do this drill, a couple things to keep in mind. All right, first thing, as a second baseman, you're always going to keep your left foot on the bag. You're going to take your right foot to the ball. So if the ball's out here, take your right foot out there. If the ball's in here, you take your right foot.
And that's exactly what I'm going to show you guys.
My right foot to the ball. I want my right foot to basically land as I'm catching the ball. All right, so here, he kind of already cheats. His foot's already on the ground, and now this ball's thrown right to him, so his foot's already on the ground. looks like they're rushing through it a little bit, maybe too quickly. Now these are major league players, Jose Altuve, very, very good around the bag. And so, you know, if I was working this drill with a younger player, I would just have them go a little bit slower so they don't feel like they have to rush, and they're able to go through their normal footwork that they would do in a game. All right, so.
Okay, so one thing I wanted you to notice was, you know, the footwork between, you know, both being on the shortstop side compared to the second base side. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth and give a little bit of a demo on the base, on how to receive it between being the shortstop and the second baseman. Alright, so this video will be up. All these videos will be up. The cutoff one I'm not going to put up in part 2. It's already up in part 1. So if you need to go back and look at it, go back to part 1. Okay. So, I mean, that's a pretty awesome drill. Just to learn how to straddle the base and the footwork that's required between both shortstop and second base. Okay. And Jose Altuve, you know, pretty good defensive player. So let's go back. Let's go to. This is with shortstops. Okay, receiving. Bill Ripken teaches getting to the base and stopping. I'm gonna show not stopping. Okay, when I demonstrate, you know, getting it from being a shortstop.
Bill Ripken, and Ripken baseball tip of the day is the turning of the double play to the shortstop side. Just pivot. Boys, we're going to get to the bag early. Right foot to the bag. Left foot's going to go to the baseball attack. We're going to make sure we turn our feet. When we do this, we'll go shorter to the first baseman right there. One more time. Get to the bag early. Right foot. Left foot attack the baseball. Make the turn. Make the execution of the double play. Let's go. Nice feet right there. I like it. If you have good feet, there's no need to cheat. Get there early. Stop. Be a good target. We can get it going again after we stop. Boom. I like that turn right there. That's quick. That's quick. Hold on 1 second. Pressure's on. I need this double play to end the game. Get there early. Make the quick turn. Get it done. I like that right there. Let's wrap this thing up. Shortstop, get to the bag early. Right foot to the bag. Left foot attacks the baseball. Make sure we make this turn. Execute the double play. That's the pivot from the shortstop side, the Ripken way.
So overall, that is not a bad philosophy. So I mean, if you get to the base, you get to the base, and at least, you know, second baseman will have confidence in you because you're already there. He doesn't have to wait on you and may throw things off, throw off the entire play. But I'll also show another way to do it. So if you practice that way, you find that, you know, it's a little bit too difficult, or your abilities just aren't at that level to be able to do that the second way, try the second way that I'm about to show you here in a moment. But I'm going to show you Brandon Phillips. This is at second base.
Alright, dude, this is Brandon Phillips now. This is me turning a double play by getting fed by the shortstop. So, there's many ways to turn a double play. I'm going to teach you the fundamental way. That's the best way there is. And then, the older you get, the more comfortable you get, then you can add your own flavor to it, your own swag, your own, whatever you want to call it. So, the best way to do it is enjoy the bag. Let the bag be you. So, the most simple way is have one foot on the bag, have your left foot on the bag. Then to have this back, then you have your right leg behind you. So you just have your hands out. You have to give the shortstop a target. The shortstop or the third baseman, you gotta give him a target. And once you see the ball, you take this foot to the ball, boom, catch it, funnel to the middle a little bit, and you have this foot go towards first base, and then you fire and follow through. Everything's a follow they get around the bag, they get lazy. They get lazy. Don't get lazy, folks. Don't get lazy. Catch the ball. This is what they do when they get lazy. They catch the ball, take this foot back, and they open up. And that's when they throw the ball in the crowd, hit a lady in the front row or something like that, or they make an error. That's one you don't want to do. Protect the ladies in the front row. That's what you always want to do. So, what you do, I'm gonna have my shortstop throw me a ball, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is. I'm gonna do it real slow the first time. Hit me. Fill up the bag, take this foot to the ball, funnel, throw the ball to first. See how simple that is? It's real simple. Now I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. Give it to me. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Little kids can do it. Teach it all the time. That's what it's all about. Now, once you know where the bag is, you can just have fun with it. This is called fun. See, I've been playing baseball for many years. I love it. I don't have to look at first base to hit the guy in the chest. See? You gotta know where you're at. Good toss. Good catch. That's what it's all about. You gotta make sure you know where your feet are. Have your left foot on the base. Take the right foot to the ball. And then after you take your right foot to the ball, then you gotta make sure you just stay closed and make sure you can fire a strong throw to first. That's the way Brendan Phillips turns a double play.
Okay, so give me a second to get set up. It's pretty much already set up. We're gonna go over the different double plays. You know, at the base, between shortstop, second base. It's a little bit more so with second base. Shortstop's pretty simple. And then we're gonna go around the horn, and I'm gonna show you how to straddle the base on steals. Then we'll get into double cuts. Okay. So let me pause. Go get. Alright, so let's go through a couple of things that, I just want to add on, okay? Bill Ripken's video is good, okay? That's exactly how the shortstop should be doing it. Alright, let's get the base real quick. Okay, we can all see the base right here. Okay, let me angle that down a little bit more. Okay, so your double play feeds, so being a shortstop, if you're receiving it from the right side of the base, okay, he was teaching it, okay, foot here, get to it, pause, and get your momentum going back into it, okay, that's all good because you're still in a good prime position, be able to step through it, boom, get yourself in a good position to do it. Another way I like to teach is when you're shortstop, if you get there and you need to wait, okay, I always want them getting there early and positioning themselves, playing the double play. Okay, so when you get there, it's boom, you stay behind the base, you chop, 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 and when it comes in, you step, you do the same exact motion. Okay, so Brandon Phillips, okay, he showed one way. Okay, he was showing the one way where when you get to the base, okay, it's here, okay, or, no, other foot, I'm sorry, other foot here, okay, you step into it, so it's opposite here, boom, release, here, and then at the hop, okay, that's one way to do it. The way I teach it, there's a few ways, but you got to go where the ball takes you, okay, and not every feed's going to be perfect, okay, ball may be down here, okay, and then you just need to turn, get it out, okay, because, perfect feeds in a perfect world, yeah, this will be perfect, he hits you in the chest, you can do that, but that's not going to happen every single time. Ball may be up. I remember I had a double play once. I had to jump up, get it up here, and as I landed, I hit the base, turned, threw, and still got a double play. I didn't have time to get that step in there, so you gotta learn how to throw from different positions, okay? So if the ball's down here, boom, throw from that position. You gotta work that as well. So when you get to the base, okay, another thing too, just like the shortstop, so when you get to the bases, chop, 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 left, you're still in a great position, you read it, okay, ball's back here, Okay, so if the ball's back here, keep your foot on, boom, turn, throw. Okay? Every single time you're not going to be able to get a shuffle in there. Okay? Another way to do it is boom, 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 here. Okay, you get it, and it's on this side of the body. Okay? So you're going to step it here, here. Okay? So it's on this side of the body. So I get there, boom, and then I can still get around and try to add in that shuffle to make a good strong throw. Sometimes you may go into the baseline. Boom, here, boom, you shuffle in there, but then you got to make sure you add in the jump. Okay, jump over that runner. So, I mean, it's kind of like a quarterback staying in the pocket. You know you're going to take a hit, so you add in that jump to lessen the damage a little bit. Okay? So, I mean, versus that throw behind you, go with it. So it's like 3 or 4 ways. Okay? The way that he taught is the main way, the ideal way. Okay? And then you can do the other ways, just work on them. Okay, a lot of times you're just going to get to the base. You're not going to have time to do all that. Turn, boom, fire. You learn to throw with strong and accurate by doing crazy throws. You got to work on those, like in your lung toss. Okay? So let's go around the horn. Third base, turning double plays. Okay, so you get in your creep step. So, okay, so say you got first and third. Okay, or first and second. Let's say first and second, you got a potential out at third. Okay, nobody on, or not nobody on, no outs or 1 out. Okay, double play scenario. You're going to go where the ball takes you. Okay, because it doesn't make sense if you're going in this direction to field it and then run back. Okay, you're not going to get a double play out of that. Or if you got bases loaded in that situation, or first and third, that guy's going to score. Okay? There's no point in doing that. Alright? So know the situation in front of you. So if the ball takes you there, boom, that's the easiest double play, right? Is boom, boom. Here, you're in a great position, stay low, fire it, follow your throw. Okay? If it's hit right at you, boom, stay low, shuffle, throw. Okay? If you gotta go to your right side, okay, you're not gonna have time to add in that shuffle. Okay? Take it out. So, boom, boom. If I gotta go here, I'm gonna open up like a shortstop. Boom! Fire a throw nice and low. Okay, if I gotta go to the backhand, it's the same thing. So, boom, boom. Get here, boom. Transfer up, rotate, get open, boom. Fire to him. Okay? Pretty easy. Sometimes if you gotta go up for it, you gotta create a different angle, but it's all the same technique. Okay, just a little bit of a different angle. Shortstop. Okay, you got the easy one right at you. You work around it. Flip. Stay low. Firm on the flip. Okay? If you're going up the middle, you may need to, boom, get it out that way. But stay low. The key is staying low on your feet. Okay? So you can work around it. Boom. Follow your throw. Okay? After you flip, same thing. So flip, follow. Okay? Use that back foot to take you toward the base. Okay? Step toward the base. So if you gotta go offhand, same thing that I was showing at third. Okay? So you gotta angle back here. You can field it here. Now you gotta turn, stay low. Boom. Fire it right to his chest. Backhand, same thing. Okay, backhand here, boom, open, turn. Okay, show your chest, stay low. Okay, you're not going to have an opportunity to flip it. So second base, your feeds are a little bit opposite. You know how you're taught to be around it. You take that one step to get around it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, it's opposite. So you're going to use your left foot on the ball to get around it, to create your momentum on your double play feed. Okay, so it's regular creep step, balls hit right at you, boom, here, get around it, okay, step, and give a nice firm feed. You can do the underhand feed, or one way that I was taught is the backhand feed. Okay, so right here, around it, boom, around, stay low, get it out the glove. Okay, moving, turning. Okay, that's why we were taught that. Okay, if you gotta go glove side. Okay, well, backhand side is actually pretty easy. So backhand side, boom, you can get it off the back foot here and underhand. Okay, that doesn't matter about your position. Okay, you're going to be in a great position. You don't have to worry about feeling it behind the back foot. To plays at first, I definitely suggest doing that. Let me catch my breath real quick. I'm moving kind of quick. Okay, so if you got to go glove hand side, okay, so you're going to be angling back. So say I got my creep step, boom, back here, I field it open. If you got a double play, I would not suggest fielding it open. Be a little bit more square so you can pivot, chest up, boom. One other way you can do it, if you're like really in the hole, you turn glove side. Okay, so as you're going to see with the outfield, it's kind of like the same, it is the same technique as keeping the runner off too. Okay, got my creep step, boom, right here, field it, step around with the foot, square up, and fire it. Okay, it's all about being quick. Okay, last thing. So, getting yourself in a good position to take a runner up, right? First off, you want to be at that front corner. So let's turn it, kind of make it more similar. You want to be at the front corner, lining yourself up. Obviously, it's all going to be timing play. Catcher should be getting it on you. Okay, so you see the runner stealing, you wait to see the result off the bat. If he swings and whatnot, and then boom, you're getting there. Line yourself left foot in front of the base, square yourself up, lean. Okay, what this lean is going to do is you're going to be able to catch it more in the air, then you shift your body weight, boom, on the tag. Okay, if it's a lower throw, instead of lining yourself up right here and chancing that ball's going to be a perfect bounce and you're going to be able to scoop it, you can potentially catch it in the ear, shift that body weight over. Okay, it's the same thing from second base, same thing from third base. Okay, you get to the base, you shift, boom. Obviously, if the ball's thrown a little bit off, okay, you get out of it, step, make sure you get there. If you still have a potential tag on, try to do it. Okay, if it's thrown over here, kind of same thing. You can come off the base here, step over, and boom. Okay, do what feels right in that moment. Okay, work on that, make sure you get those down. Okay, it's super important, making sure you get to the base and having good form when you set up at the base. Alright, I'm back. Man, I'm telling you, that's kind of a workout. Just get into it, you start talking, trying to demonstrate them all. Gotta hydrate up, man. I'm telling you. But let's go into double cuts. The importance of the double cut is in case the outfielder makes a bad throw, the guy right behind it, they're gonna say 10 yards apart. We were always taught about 15 feet. Okay. I would definitely suggest the 10 yards. Okay, just in case of an overthrow or an underthrow. And the first guy misses it, you're there to back it up and still keep that relay going. Okay, so I'm going to show the double cuts. Okay, and reminder, all these videos are going to be available to you. So let's go to the double cuts. Okay, about a 5-minute video, and then we're just going to conclude and wrap up. Notice their alignment. They're lined up with home. They're going to show the second baseman. The second baseman sprints over behind the shortstop.
Sends out a 2 man 10 yards apart. The idea being that the spacing will allow them to quickly relay good as well as bad throws from the outfield. The lead cut only attempts to relay good throws. All others trail is positioned correctly.
So if the lead man misses it, or makes the play, misses it. So if they miss it, obviously he's going to be there to back it up. But if he makes it, obviously he's going to be making a throw. I would suggest just getting down. Get down on a knee, get down on your belly, whatever's going to work for you. Okay? Just get out of the way so you don't get hit by their throw.
The basics of running a double cut are only run it when it's a for sure double. If there were no runners on base, then the relay is going to third base. If there was a runner on first, then you line the relay up for a play at the plate. The third baseman must control third base, and the first baseman typically trails the batter into second base. On doubles hit to the left side or the shortstop side of the field, the shortstop will go out and be the lead cutoff, and the second baseman will run over and be the trailer. Here you see the Cardinals' middle infielders getting into position after a long run by the second baseman. And since this is a good throw by the left fielder, the shortstop will handle this relay and throw to the plate. Notice how the third baseman controls third base, even though he would typically be the cutoff for a play at the plate to left field. This next example, let's see what happens.
So third base, it's really important that you're not standing directly on the base. Because if you block that runner, guess what? That's called interference if you and them make contact. So you still want to be, typically as a base runner, you are being taught to hit the inside part of the base. So stay away from the inside part of the base. Be on the outside. Okay, so let me get the diagram up real quick. Okay, so looking at the diagram, the runner when they're coming around is going to hit this part of the base. Okay, we want to be over on this side of the base. Okay, to try to avoid any kind of contact and interference. Okay, let's go back to the video.
Doesn't get to his proper positioning.
The third, he's going to be waved around. Here comes the throw from short. In safely is Carlos Correa with a head first slide. Springer ends up on third. The Astros tie the game at 1.
So third baseman, when we're not doing our job covering the third base, the runner saw the open base and took it.
As this shortstop
Freebie war.
releases throw to the plate, you'll see the third baseman in his typical position as the cutoff for the left fielder on a play to the plate. However, he's out of position for a double cut. This allows the base runner in a heads-up move to take a free bag. On doubles hit to the right side, or the second baseman's side of the field, the second baseman goes out and is the lead cutoff, and the shortstop runs over and is the trail.
All of Major League Baseball got on top of that one, drills it in the gap, right center. Hernandez to the wall. Arozarena can run around second, on his way to third. Relay, not in time. And the Rays get a triple to the
Communication is key to running a successful double cut, since the middle infielders typically have their back to the
John
plate.
Jay. Charlie long striding it around third. He gets a green light, takes a look. Trevor on his way to third. Triple RBI, T-Story.
Although their backs are to the play, it's important for the middle infielders to try and take a glance at the base runners so that they can help anticipate where they might be going with the baseball. And here you see the second baseman doing just that as he sets up for the double cut.
Rockies we've been accustomed to seeing for so many years.
The purpose of running a double cut is so that the middle infielders can relay even bad throws quickly. This means that 10-yard positioning between the lead cut and the trail cut is of utmost importance and must be drilled into the players. When done correctly, short hops to the lead guy will end up being long hops to the trail guy, and most overthrows to the lead guy will end up being good throws to the trail guy. At the youth level, we typically have our middle infielders handle all the double cut situations. The more advanced play is that doubles down the right field line. Typically, the second baseman and the first baseman will be your double cut, and your shortstop either covers second or hangs out just behind the pitching mound so that he can get to second base or that he can get to an overthrow of the cutoffs from the right fielder. Derek Jeter's famous play from many years ago in the playoffs. Hopefully that clarifies double cuts. Thanks for watching.
That video is perfect. Exactly how we taught it to our guys, and I mean, when you teach it and you go over it, your teams are going to be doing it in the game, so I mean, you don't really got to worry about that in the game. So, just gonna wrap it up right now. Really study. I mean, I'm giving you a lot of good information. I know these videos are long. We see that, but you take the time and you put in that work, you're gonna see the results happen. Okay, knowing this game is more important than not knowing it and then going and training launch angle. I mean, there's no point in that. If you can't make contact first, there's no point in training launch angle. If you can't throw a strike, there's no point in focusing on your spin rate. Vice versa with everything that you do. Okay, all the guys want to hit home runs. That's what we're doing. We're hitting power, but you still got to account for the bunt as well. So I know the game has changed, but it hasn't changed to the point that, I mean, you go back to this style, a lot of teams aren't going to be able to adjust on it because they're not working on it. Okay, so make sure that we're going through, we're doing all the studying, we're doing our notes, we're forming our note cards. And you're going to see magical things happen within your own game, and then get your teammates onto this program, and you're going to see great results. Okay, so I'm going to put up everything in the members area for you. Okay, and get to work. Okay, excited to see you next time. In 5 days we got outfield work, outfield. Okay, and I'm just letting you know it's going to be shorter. Outfield, your job is, I'm going to say, easy. Okay, it's less stressful, less pieces than what infield has to worry about. Okay, so stay tuned. I'll see you in 5 days.